Kenneth's coming round tonight, have you?
Oh, that's going to be a barrel of laughs, the mood she's in.
Kevin, she's upset. Had a terrible row with your dad. I don't know, maybe I should have invited him round to supper as well.
Oh, yeah, great. A family get-together round the campfire. Your turn next with a pipe of peace, Dad. Charming, I can just imagine it.
Well, it's worth a try, Kevin. He's got to go to the garage anyway to see how the building's getting on.
Yes,
well,
but I'm
ask him.
All right, but he'll say no.
Well, it's a chance, isn't it?
Tell him, what, 7 o'clock?
Yeah, all right, all right.
He'll forget, you know, accidentally on purpose.
Now, are you going to be all right with the cooking tonight? Because I shan't be here, you know. I'm on late turn.
I'll be all right. I'm not an invalid, you know.
Well, just keep it nice and simple. Don't go overstraining yourself.
Mum, there's a Chinese chippy around the corner. Do you want me to get them to do it?
All right, I didn't mean anything.
Sorry. I'm just irritable. It's just this waiting again. Trotting down to the doctor with my little sample and then nothing. Has the postman been yet?
You passed the house about 10 minutes ago. Well, it's early yet, isn't it? You haven't been home long.
Yeah, but if I don't hear by next week...
Next week? What you worried about?
Sitting at home with nothing to do. Once I know I'm really pregnant, I can start work.
It's driving everybody mad.
Should be used to it by now. Been on enough building sites.
Now, yeah, but starting from scratch poses its own particular problems, completion dates and all that sort of thing. Here we're trying to continue a job while it's all going on. No wonder Temper's afraid.
Should have shut up shop altogether.
I did suggest that.
Why don't they, then?
Sharon wanted to keep a pump open. She reasons that if people get out of the habit of visiting a place, they don't pick it up again very easily. Which is a point.
How's Penny getting on over at the house on her own?
All right, I think.
Been to see her?
No. She, came round to the flat to see me and Sharon and got a bit upset, so I thought I'd give her a little bit of time to cool off. She talked about severing ties and all that sort of thing. I'd hate to lose her again.
It won't come to that, surely.
I wouldn't like to bet.
Listen, Dad, Glenn had an idea about us all having a meal together before she went.
You push for time,
No, tonight. I mean, Glenn meant tonight.
Oh,
It might do the trick, you know. Me and Glenn there to help. It might help to smooth things over a bit.
yes, I get your point. Okay, why not? It's a good idea.
Good.
I just give Sharon a ring, see if she's free.
I won't be back for lunch, you know. Got that appointment with the solicitors. I'm not looking forward to it one little bit.
Mum, don't be daft. It's only for a chat.
I know, but it brings it all back, doesn't it? Still upsetting all the same.
I know. You've got to stop pretending it didn't happen, you know, Mum. I want you to have what's due to you.
I don't know what you're expecting, love. There won't be very much, I'll tell you that.
Well, there's bound to be. She knocked him down. She killed him.
You're talking as though it was entirely her fault.
It was.
No, love.
But they found her guilty. They sentenced her.
Yes, a failing to report an accident. Yes, they had to bring in a verdict of guilty for that, but when it comes to compensation, it's a very different matter.
What do you mean? I don't understand.
No, love. You don't. In fact, it wasn't clear to me till Mr. Linton explained things to me the first time. You see, there's something called contributory negligence, and the judge has to take all that into consideration when he's assessing damages. Now, just think what that would mean.
What?
He was drunk, Glenda. And they'd produce witnesses, wouldn't they, to prove it? And where would they come from? They'd come from the motel where you and I work. Now, how do you think they'd feel about that? Having to say that your father was incapable when he left the premises. And how do you think I'd feel, having to sit in court and listen?
I didn't realise that.
No, and that's not all either. I mean, he walked out between two parked cars straight into the road. He didn't even look to see what was coming.
Well, they couldn't prove that,
Of course they could. They got a witness to start with.
Who? There was nobody around.
She was around. She was driving the car that ran into him.
Well, they couldn't take her word for it.
Why not?
But they couldn't.
Oh, yes, they could. So do you see now why I'm not anxious to have the whole thing dragged up again?
Terry,
Yes?
bottle of lager, please.
Yes.
And whatever it is you're getting for me.
Pink gin, water, no ice. Okay.
Ah, we'll be over there.
Yes.
Okay.
Fine.
I want to have a quiet, serious talk with you, Richard.
Yes, I rather gathered that.
I know you are not stupid enough to run away from Lucy Hamilton. But you are letting it show just how easily she can rattle you. Richard, do you know how much this contract with J. Henry could mean to you? He's got interests all over the world. And he's been told by his doctors he's not to run around looking after them himself. He thinks he's found in you the ideal person. Someone who'll do it for him and head his little empire when he's gone. Look after the interests of his widow and his daughter. Yes, I know. We squabble from time to time. But he does love me. And he loves his daughter. And to be blunt, he wants to leave us in good hands. In the hands of an extremely efficient man married to a very sensible woman. I think you've shaken his belief in you a bit. Richard, think of yourself. Think of your Gina. And don't think about Lucy at all. Have I offended you?
Not at all. You have me convinced. Thank you.
Have a crisp.
Excuse me, Mrs. Pollard. Do you know if your husband will be requiring his usual table tonight?
Yes, he will. 9 o'clock.
Mr. Lord?
I don't know yet, Paul.
I do. Mr. Lord will be dining with my husband and myself.
I see. Table for 3, 9 o'clock.
Oh, Paul, I shan't need my table for tonight.
Well, thank you for letting me know so early.
I've been found by an old school friend, a very old school friend. Hello, Mrs. Pollard. Hi, Richard.
Evening, Lucy.
And my very old school friend is going to stand me a huge meal in town.
How very nice.
Is he rolling in money?
Who said anything about it being a he?
Yes.
What there is of it.
Let me do your patty for you, Paul. You have a little rest. Will you be requiring your usual table tonight, Mrs. Harvey?
No, she won't. Because she'll be dining with Mr. Lord, myself, and my husband.
Table for 4, then, 9 o'clock.
Oh, Terry, can I have one of those? Gin and tonic, please.
Certainly.
Oh, me too, please. Over there. Oh, never mind. You've got your hands full.
Okay.
You'll get it for me, won't you?
Mr. Ross is not a waiter.
Oh, yes. I always get that muddled up. You don't mind, though, do you?
Not at all. It will permit me to demonstrate my versatility.
You're a dear.
You're usually?
Yes, please. Pity you're on duty tonight. I'd far rather be you taking me out to dinner again.
Oldest ploy in the game, dear. Pull one man by parading another. Except that she's doing it 2 at a time. Won't work, you know. She's absurd.
Or desperate.
Or desperate.
Cheers.
You did what?
I did nothing. It was him.
You invited her? Oh, Penny will walk out.
No, she won't.
She will. She'll take one look at Sharon and she'll walk out. Can I trust you to do anything?
Listen a minute, will you? I was with him in the garage office, and we were talking about Penny, and I mentioned this idea he'd had about us all having a meal together. Well, it was really chuffed, Glenn. Really perked him up. I thought at the time, well, this is fine. We're going to work this thing out together. And then the next thing I know, he's phoning Sharon.
Well, you could have stopped him.
What? She's not welcome in our house. Might as well lob hand grenades at him.
Never mind lobbing hand grenades. It'll be a bombshell when she walks in.
This is a ridiculous way to carry
Kevin,
on.
just because you can cope with the breakup doesn't mean that you can shout at Penny because she can't. She's just more sensitive, that's all.
Oh, we all know about me, don't we? Not an ounce of feeling in my body.
for
Right
goodness
up,
sake,
isn't
I
it?
didn't say that. Oh, leave it. You've done quite enough for one evening. Hello, Penny.
Hello. Bit early.
No, it's all right. Oh, don't say it's raining again.
Yes, you started.
Go in. Kevin, it's Penny.
Hi, Kevin. Dad not here yet, then?
Any minute, I expect.
I've got to be extra nice to him tonight. We had a bit of a bust-up, did you hear?
Listen,
It's all down to her, you know. I have the best of intentions, and then the minute I see her, it just... I don't know.
she's coming.
She's what?
Clever little stick there.
That woman is coming here.
anger
It was all a mistake.
Oh, you bet it was. Well, that lets me out.
There must be some way we can
Penny,
just...
please.
Look, you two, you do what you like. I can't stand to be in the same room as her.
And don't go running out the back door, Pen. This has got to be faced.
You set it up. It's all yours.
Look, Penny, I'm on your side. I really am. I've given him hell since we came home, but it's happened. If you run off now, if you go off tomorrow, it'll be a terrible rift between you and your dad.
I wanted to use tonight against her. I don't mind saying that. She's the awful one.
Started to rain.
Yes.
You just got here, then?
Yes.
Good.
Where's Sharon?
Oh, she sends her apologies. She's got a bit of a head.
Oh.
Shame, that.
Some other time, perhaps.
Well, what are you two doing, standing with your coats still on? Come on, take them off. Make yourselves at home.
Yes, why not? All family together.
How do you know that I sometimes like one of these?
Your husband told me.
Oh, so that's what you do when you're pretending to discuss business. You're actually talking about me.
Sometimes I think he was hinting that I might put you in a better mood.
Part of your duty is to keep the Pollards together, is it?
I hear that you feel it's part of your duty to keep the hunters together.
Touché. Oh, my God, she's got another one.
I'd love to have dinner with you tonight, but I'm afraid I've got to go out.
A man a minute. She's very bold. Shocked or envious, Valerie? You mind your tongue. I'll see you back here before dinner.
Until then. Would you like another?
I think we should slow down. It's going to be a long time before the Pollards are back.
Jill, I'm in a quandary about Miss Hamilton.
Oh, Paul, you must try and keep your personal problems to yourself whilst on duty.
It is a duty problem. The resident guest she's with, do you suppose he's the old school friend she was to have dinner with tonight? I ask merely because I know that you used to be a schoolmaster. Was a Frenchman one of your pupils too? If so, how is it that he speaks so very little English? So very confusing, isn't it? Do you suppose you will have dinner with him tonight?
Paul, don't ask me how to do your duty. You can stop holding me down now.
Full marks for restraint.
Leaving us then?
Yes, tomorrow.
Seems a shame.
Got work to do, Dad. Anyway, doesn't seem much point in staying now.
No, I suppose not.
I should be glad to get away.
Bad as all that, are we?
No, it's the house.
A house?
Our house, with no one there. I walk round it on my own, and I remember things about when we were kids. I went up to the attic. Do you know, there's still some toys up there. Should have got rid of them years ago, really, but things are kept for silly, sentimental reasons. I stand there and I shudder. There's no one to even look at them now. I feel very lost. Aren't I a fool?
Well, you can't really live in the past. I found that thinking about Dad.
Oh, yes, I know, you're absolutely right. It's just me being silly. Still, there's only one night left. I guess I'll survive.
Look, Pen,
Yes, sir?
if it'll help Penny, I'll come back with you.
Oh, that's okay. I'm just being silly, you know. There's no need to fuss. I've got to pack and get off early in the morning. Everything. Don't worry, Dad, honestly.
No, I'm coming back.
No, Daddy.
Then, no arguing. I'll drive you to the station. I'll need to make a phone call first.
Yeah, help yourself.
Well, have a look at the roast. You must be starving.
You're the cleverest of the lot of us, Pen.
Oh, I don't kid myself there. Let's just say I'm the only one doing anything about it.
Hello. It's me. Look, something's cropped up.
Well, good night. Does J. Henry always toddle off to bed 10 minutes before you go? Always. He thinks I spend far too long in the bathroom. He was born impatient.
Well, he was a very pleasant host. Would you tell him so?
Oh, I'm sure he's already told himself. No more nonsense about that contract.
Good night.
No.
Aren't you going to finish your brandy?
No, I'm driving home to Chimneys.
Well, I'll see you to your car.
No need. After your little lecture last time, I've had the car serviced. It'll start. But do have yours. Good night.
Good night.
Richard. I've had an awful evening. It was dreadful. Will you talk to me a little?
Would you like a coffee or a brand?
I said talk. Oh, not here. I've already been humiliated publicly. He threw wine over me. You know how I always get myself into trouble. Well, it would probably be a bore for you, but I'll be in my chalet, just to talk. If you come, you come. If you don't, I understand.
Well, how did it go?
It worked, didn't it, Kenny?
Who for? Penny?
Brought them together.
Yeah, didn't it just?
He's going back with her to the house.
Is he?
Just the way she planned it.
Oh, don't be daft, Kevin. Penny was upset and your dad...
And Dad fell for it, I know.
Well, what about Sharon? Won't she be worrying where he is?
No, it's all right. He rang her up to explain. He'll be staying there the night, you see.
Well, I never. Fancy her turning out like that.
Yeah, just fancy.
I'd almost given you up. I knew you'd come. I don't know what to say. Do you know who I was with tonight, Richard? Hermione. Do you remember her?
No, I don't think I do.
She was the one who was always so good in the school play.
Yeah, she was good at history, too.
I don't think she is anymore. I think she's turned into a bit of a tramp, like me.
Yes, I remember her. She was very pretty.
We went to some flash bar in a hotel. It was like a mausoleum. And we picked up 2 meal tickets, one Austrian and one French. She went off with the Austrian after dinner, and the Frenchman paid the bill for all of us. I simply didn't fancy him. I suppose I let him think that... There. You let me talk. Just like you did all those years ago. I won't keep you. I'll just thank you with a little goodnight kiss.